Gobble, gobble, nerds. It is your favorite turkey, the OGGM, coming to you live from the OGGM kitchens, where we are cooking up our favorite Thanksgiving meal, pizza, because I hate Thanksgiving. How y'all doing today? It's Thursday. It's Thanksgiving. It is the 23rd day of the year. It's all the Macy's Day Parade and the football and the cooking and the turkey and the family togetherness and the day before Black Friday. It's also the day we take a look at Dagger Heart Beats. Badam, badam, badam. Yes, Dagger Heart Beats. That's right. It's my name. I'm keeping it. Support me, Darrington Press. We take a look at what's going on with our friends Critical Role wise and the evolution or lack thereof in regards to the show. Dagger Heart, Dagger Heart, Dagger Heart. The most anticipated tabletop role-playing game of the year currently that isn't 2024 D&D. So much pressure on them. I kind of almost feel bad for them, especially since we're getting so little information regarding Dagger Heart that whatever positive energy the announcement generated is starting to peter away and become less and less positive. Because let's face it, the Critical Role fan base and the tabletop role-playing game fan base have both one thing in common. They can become very toxic very quickly. So let's check this week's numbers to see how Critical Role is doing. And of course, we got to address the Ashly Jhonson thing. All right. So over on Twitch, we've got Critical Role Campaign 3, Episode 78, made 216 views. Critical Role Campaign 3, Episode 79, had, what is this? Why is my computer being wrong? 78. Oh, the rebroadcast of 78. No, why would it be rebroadcasted? Had 74.2K. Critical Role Campaign 3 rebroadcast episode 78 had 96.2K. So they rebroadcasted it twice. They did a Persona 5 tactical one-shot. I didn't even know they did this. I guess they voiced some of the characters on Persona 5. And this had 106K views. This was for a charity called Atlas. Did anybody even know they did a Persona live play for 4 hours for the video game Persona? I didn't know that. Meanwhile, over at the YouTube, we had Myths Season 2, Episode 13 with 21K. We had the Persona 5 Tactical One-Shot with 149K. We had the Christmas Can't Miss Sale with 119K. We had Critical Role Campaign 3, Episode 78 with 255K. We had a Queen by Midnight, Let's Build a Clock Tower and Rebox the Game with 13K. So this was a 15-minute thing showing you how to set up and take apart the Queen by Midnight box. And we had the latest episode of Candle Obscura, which was Spencer telling you how to make a mystery using Candle Obscura. This had 28, ridiculously low 28K for them. So again, not that my opinion matters, but it does seem to be that whenever they stray away from fantasy, the numbers drop. I mean, even the Persona 5 thing probably didn't have the level of response that they expected it to have. And 28K and 13K, that is frighteningly low for them. So again, maybe just, I don't know, just something to think about. Meanwhile, over at the Dagger Heart. Well, if you want to sign up for the play test, you can by clicking this link right here. Other than that, nothing. No new news. We do know that the Candle Obscura core rulebook is available online or at your friendly local game store, maybe. Some people are considering it an amazing horror role-playing game, one of the best horror role-playing games ever. Obviously, those people haven't actually read any tabletop role-playing game horror games because it's not, and it's not a horror role-playing game. It is a steampunk alternate fantasy game. I mean, it's Carnival Row, the show on Amazon with the pixies and the humans and the guns. And yeah, it's not a horror. It's urban arcane. It's Vampire the Masquerade. It's Dresden Files. It's steampunk. It's not horror. We could have horror elements, but it's not a horror role-playing game. And of course, we've got they've got a sale on their site, a Black Friday sale, running through the weekend if you want to pick up the stuff directly from them. And then we've got the charity thing they're doing that they, second year in a row that they've done the charity thing, where every time you make a donation, you can put in a vote to what you think should happen next. And then the most donations that vote for the same thing that means that's what's going to happen for the next half an hour. So your votes affect the outcome of the adventure. All right. So there we go. Not a lot of news from my neighbors over at Darrington Press. Hey, support me. I'm giving you more free press than anybody else. I'm actually doing more free press for you than you do for yourselves. So right now, our friends at Critical Role, and I guess I'm going to briefly address this because it is technically sort of related to the topic, but not really. And it has really technically what's going on with this situation has nothing to do with any of us. So some news has come out of the legal issues regarding Ashly Jhonson and Brian Foster. On the surface, what is currently happening with the case would seem to be not in Miss Johnson's favor, but you have to delve deeper to truly understand the choices that the judges have made and where the case between the two individuals stands before you even begin to comment on it. So none of us have any place to comment on the relationship and the situation between Ashly Jhonson and Brian Foster, because unless you're an attorney, unless you were there, it's none of your business. So people posting videos about the Ashly Jhonson thing need to stop. Now, we know the Ashly Jhonson thing is getting a lot of toxic response from the Critical Role fan base. What? The Critical Role fan base toxically respond to a situation that has nothing to do with them? And people are starting to say it's the end of Critical Role because of the Ashly Jhonson thing and all this other stuff in regards to the show and the people involved in the show and their relationship with Brian Foster and Ashly Jhonson. It is mostly negative, and it's mostly people who didn't actually understand the latest bit of information and also understand that this is an ongoing legal situation between those two. It is not in any way, shape, or form over, and there is no final judgment either way. Just the case has hit a hiccup, as is to do with legal cases, especially legal cases of this matter. It has very little to do with the Critical Role cast and crew, and it has absolutely nothing to do with me or you or Susan or Veruca or Scott or Steve or Erwin or anybody else. So the critters need to stop being toxic about it, and YouTubers who are using it as a way to clout chase need to stop, because you don't have the complete information. And if you are going to comment on the story in any other level other than I am, you need to actually have all the facts, because it's not cut and dry. And the stuff you're seeing on the internet is very much cut and dry, very much witch hunty, very much, oh, look what happened. Oh, it's like, no, you need to understand how ugly of a legal situation this is and what the judges have to do and choices that they made. And so unless you're an attorney or you're actually involved, yeah. Now, does this affect Critical Role in any way, shape, or form? No, because they're professionals and the show must go on. Does this affect Dagger Heart or Illuminated Worlds or Candle Obscura or anything else? No, it doesn't, because the show must go on. They will continue to do whatever they're doing. So this is all I'm going to say about the Ashly Jhonson thing and how it is in no way, shape, or form going to affect what we see in the finished product coming from Critical Role / Darrington Press. Behind the scenes, I'm sure they're all affected in one way or another. But again, that's none of our business. The only thing we should be concerned about in regards to tabletop role-playing games is the anticipation versus the actual facts in regards to Dagger Heart. So the anticipation is it's the tabletop role-playing game most anticipated right now. Nothing else is close in regards to just the amount of what's going to happen. Tales from the Valiant has got some attention. All these IPs based upon video games has got some attention, but if we're looking at, again, I went over this the other day, we're looking at the one that's got the most expectations, it's Dagger Heart, because there's just that expectation. 5th edition equals Critical Role equals critters equals money equals support. And if the critters follow Critical Role and stop supporting D&D and Wizards of the Coast, how will it change the outcome? And if they don't, if they remain loyal to D&D, then how does that change for everybody else, right? But if we remove Dagger Heart from the equation, because right now there's nothing going on with Dagger Heart that we're aware of, other than there's a playtest you can sign up for, then it's like, you know, okay, who steps up to fill the place? Because there's a lot of anticipation and expectations on Dagger Heart, on Mercer and Company for next year. And that's, you know, it's impossible for them to live up to the expectations that unfortunately are attached to them. And with how excitable and how critical and how toxic the Critical Role fan base can become, much less, you know, the outsiders like myself who have a tendency to go after them whenever they fuck up. Yeah, it must be, you know, I mean, it's got to suck in some levels to be them right now. When, you know, happy Thanksgiving, Hungar. Hope you are feeling well. My best to you and James and everybody else over in the Starvarian James Gang family. Much appreciation to you guys. Thank you for your support. So that's where things stand with the Dagger Heart beats. In that, Critical Role numbers are dropping on the YouTube and the Tempest, and we have no new news regarding the actual product, just anticipations and lollygagging and rumor mongering and saying things like it's the best horror role-playing game ever made when it's not, and stuff like that. So yeah, basically I just wasted 10 minutes saying nothing other than the Ashly Jhonson situation is none of your business. Have a great day. Stay safe. Enjoy your time with your family if that's your thing, or whatever it is you do for this wonderful day. If this day is something you actually enjoy, great. Just be safe out there, because we know traffic's going to be hell. Enjoy the Black Friday sales, and I'll talk to you all later. Later. Blah.